guys and ghouls, so it's very late again and it's a school night again, but basically I am slowly drowning in Halloween decorations, which has been a problem for rather a while now, but it's getting even worse because these are items that I cannot put away until I show you. So I thought tonight I would work through my Halloween mountain to get through all the things which I have been buying recently, probably over the last month. I've just been accumulating things from here, there and everywhere, so I figured it's time to start hauling. So the first thing I have to show you is something which was rather a struggle to acquire. I did not see this in anyone's photographs. So on my Halloween page, Haunted Ghoul group, people usually share like pictures of their TK MAXX and their HOMESENSE, and this is something that I hadn't seen in either of those stores until one morning, literally at 1 o'clock in the morning, because that's about the time TK MAXX update their website. I was scrolling through their new items and I came across this. Now of course I needed it because not only is it a black cat with green eyes, but also it has a little fat Trevor boy satting on it, a little mouse or maybe a rat. I'm gonna say it's meant to be a mouse sat on it, but it just looks so much like my gerbil Trevor. So I saw this and I literally cannot describe the heart palpitations I was having. I didn't even continue looking through the rest of the store. I was just like, buy now, let me have it. So I got this. I believe it cost around $16.99. So I ordered this online. It arrived. I do click and collect with my orders because usually click and collect means they arrive slightly safer, just because they don't have to, like, they literally just taken from a courier from like the warehouse to a shop rather than from like a warehouse to another warehouse to like a depot place and then to your house. So usually it is touch wood, although there's no point me touching wood because this didn't actually arrive in one piece, but usually it does mean that things arrive in one piece. However, I got the email. This was just a big, it was a big kind of pumpkin mess just from the word go, because I ordered it and that was fine. I got the email through and then I got an email which I don't usually get that says you can like track your package. So I tracked it and it said it was in store. So I was like, fabulous, I'll go over to TK MAXX, pick up my little cat Trev duo. So yes, I headed over there and I got there, I was like, oh, can I pick up this order? And he was like,
okay. So
he went out back and he came back, he's like,
your order is there, I can see it, but I'm not allowed to like give it to you because it's on the wrong shelf.
I was like, seriously? I understand, like I totally understand there's protocol and there's things you have to follow all the way through the systems, but it was just kind of infuriating the fact that I had walked all the way there. So I literally went all the way back again, only to get a text to say, oh, it's ready to collect now. Right? So I walked all the way back, picked it up, trudged all the way home with this big box with this lovely cat in it, and what happens when I open it? Its legs had fallen off. I was just like, seriously, what kind of a luck am I having today? And to be honest, like to completely be fully truthful with you, they had wrapped this in polystyrene and then bubble wrap and then paper. So I really don't know why it broke. I think it must have been dropped at some point, but I was just so disappointed. Yes, I had a broken cat. Now, in with the packages, it always does say, like, if you want to return it because it's broken, fill in this form. What is on fire? Something is burning. Something in my room is burning. Oh dearie me, a bug has flown into my light and literally just cooked itself. So that is fantastic. And I have to try and get it out. And it's just kind of cremated, so it's just falling deeper into my light. So that is just amazing. I mean, can bugs set on fire? Get out of there, dead bug. Well, I'm not too sure what the best protocol here is because I have a bug that's smoking within my light and I've tried to get all of its cremated body parts out, but alas, it's still smoking. Okay, we'll carry on for now. So, where was I? Basically, it comes with a... God, that bug is very smelly. It comes with a a sheet that if it's broken, you can tick it and say it's broken, and you take it back to your TK Maxx, or you ship it back to your TK Maxx, and then they sort it out. I can see another bug, and I'm like, please don't fly into my light. So I have previously, like a couple of years ago, bought something that broke from, actually it was that very cat planter that I have in my windowsill, and it came with a few chips. So I thought, do you know what, I'm gonna write to them. I don't want to send it back because it is just literally a chip, but also, you know, you pay money, you don't want it to come broken. So I knew I had emailed them at some point, but literally trying to find an email address is impossible. Even the emails I sent a couple of years ago had just disappeared into the blackness. I finally came across a page where it had like questions, like if you wanted to contact them, you could leave them your email address and things. So I contacted them and I was like, look, I've got this cat, its legs have fallen off, but I think I can glue it, but nevertheless, I'm not happy. And they were really understanding. They actually replied within 1 day, and they offered me a refund. At the time, I thought it was a full refund, but I think they ended up refunding me £4. So this ended up costing me, sorry, £14. So this ended up costing me about £3. So I gave Mike this cat without its legs and then its legs separately, and he glued them together, and actually it was okay. There was a few little bits missing, and I kind of just thought, sad times, because I love this cat, but unfortunately it was going to have broken legs, and that was kind of as far as I thought it would go. But then after a bit of backwarding and forwarded and backwardsing, after a bit of conversation, they basically said I could go and exchange it in store if I was to come across it in store. So I was like, okay, that's a little bit sketchy, and I'm not going to be driving around every single TK Maxx I can find to try and swap this, until I walk in to store and sat there are 2 of these gorgeous cats. And I just, like, the pumpkin gods really were shining down upon me that day, because I was able to take it in. I didn't have my receipt, I didn't have anything with me, I just had a broken cat, and I was like, yo, my cat's broken. As you can see, I don't actually have any proof of purchase, but like mine is broken, and they said I could swap it. And so the lady in there, she sounded like she was having a really bad day. She was just like, take it, please, just swap it. So I was like, cool. So I ended up paying £3 for this one, which is actually, you know, fully intact, and getting rid of the other one that was broken, which my poor hoarder heart literally found hard to get rid of a broken one. I was like, it's broken, it's got a hole in it, and I was like, but the poor cat, he'll be thrown in the bin. But of course I couldn't ask to keep the broken one as well, because that would be kind of taking the mick a little bit. But anyway, I've got this cat. He is made of resin, definitely from the broken one, I can tell you. It's quite hollow, it's really odd. In some places it's really thick, like here and like round here is really thick. And then there's like just slight like parts of its legs which are really thin, which I think is why mine broke. It was mainly the back legs of mine that had broken. If I remember, I will see if I can insert a picture here. But I just loved the expression of this cat. I just think it is so adorable. Like, its face is just, it reminds me a lot of my kitten. Very kind of almost regal to me, quite like mischievous, but also really sweet. I think I'm getting high off the fumes of the burning bug. And also, of course, I was drawn in by its green eyes. Why can't every cat come with these gorgeous green eyes? I do not know. I love the shape of his ears. They're just almost like pixie-like, and as you can see, there's so much texture within his fur. He does have this cute little mouse. I think they actually marketed it as a mouse sitting on its back, and he's holding a little lantern. Now, what I do plan to do, and I have been planning to paint a lot of my Halloween things, but what with school being so busy, I'm barely finding time to film as it is. So I think I'm just gonna save those for the Christmas holiday, or maybe I can do it in like Halloween half term. But yeah, I'm planning to paint him black, much like my actual gerbil. I think then it will become a really cute piece. Tempted to take it into school because that's where Trev lives now, but also terrified that it will get broken because I know the heartbreak. So currently this does just live on the top of my tortoise's vivarium, but I feel like I could paint him quite easily. He's quite like, he's not quite a mouse, because like to me, mice have much bigger, rounder ears. So perhaps he's meant to be a rat because he is quite a lot bigger, but to me he does just look like a gerbil. I mean, gerbils don't have that big of an ear, and they do tend to kind of sit back on their hind legs a bit, and they do have a big fluffy tail, so it's definitely a fluffy tail as well. That's not a rat tail, and I don't know if that's really a mouse tail, so I am going to go out on a limb and say this is meant to be a gerbil. But yeah, I think this is so cool. In my mind, this is like my cat and Trevor just escaping in the middle of the night, going on their Halloween adventures, the hunt for the Halloween pumpkin. But yeah, I absolutely love this. I love all the detail of it. I love the kind of stance that it's in. When this is flat, his front leg here is kind of, it does touch, but it is somewhat lifted. Like if you look at the surface area that touches the surface, I guess. So like, as you can see, these ones are quite large, whereas this is quite small, where his paw is slightly lifted. But this is so cool. I am so pleased with him. Like, even look at all these like wrinkles in the fur around his neck. It's almost like curly fur. But yeah, honestly, this is one of those pieces I am absolutely in love with. Although it doesn't scream Halloween to me, maybe if he was holding a little pumpkin, I mean, that would have been perfection. But this is just adorable, and I just fell in love with this cat's face. Just look at him, he's so cute. And then with the little Trev over the top, I think I may paint like little bits of yellow in his lantern as well, because at the moment it's kind of just like a black and white lantern. But yeah, I am so pleased with him, and I definitely got really lucky. I know I was so jammy with that. So I think the next two items I'm going to show you are something I've been so good at not buying. I have bought 2 travel mugs this year. I bought the white one with, oh, made me jump. The light. Close your eyes. Okay.
Cut my finger.
What did you cut it on?
It's that knife, it really hurts.
It's all happening in this video. My mum just like cut her thumb off. Okay, back to what I was saying. Mugs. I've bought 2 travel mugs, a white one with black bats and a black one with white spider webs. But I haven't bought any actual mugs until I bought some actual mugs. And these were just too cute. I haven't taken the labels off of them yet because I wanted to remember the price. But these are 2 like dainty mugs. Like usually the mugs I buy are quite like heavy. Like a lot of the mugs actually that they sell are quite like chunky and heavy and like beastie mugs. They're really good. But like I don't actually have very many like small, I would say these are bone china, are they? Yeah, fine bone china mugs. So when I saw these, I just really liked them. I loved the illustrations on them. I thought even if I don't use them as mugs, I just thought they were really gorgeous. So they're both by the same company. I'll show you this one first. It's by the Eyelashes collection. So they are made here in England. They are both microwave safe and dishwasher safe. As you can see, they are fine bone china, and these are created from 2012, so I reckon these are quite old ones. Usually you do find like older designs in TK MAXX and HOMESENSE. So yeah, I did buy these ones in store. I haven't seen them online yet, but I mainly just kind of liked the scene. I wasn't too keen on the skulls, but at the top it says trick or treat. And it has this very vintagey kind of spoopy rather than scary black cat with green eyes, and I just loved him. I thought he was so funny. And then he is sat upon this really, again, classic vintagey looking pumpkin, but there's so much detail in there. It's not too like block colour this. I love all the little fine details. In a really odd way, it does somewhat remind me of Chris Miners, but like slightly more vintagey, like Chris Miners, but like back in ye old days when Halloween was just becoming a thing. But I really liked this. As I said, I'm not like the biggest fan of these like hanging skulls, but I guess they kind of had to fill the space, and I don't like hate them. I just think they look rather like empty in detail compared to the really detailed cat and pumpkin. So it is completely plain on the inside, as you can see, and it does have a cat on either side. So yeah, it's just a really simple fine bone china mug. It does say that these were like originally to buy at £12.50, but their price at TK MAXX was £3.99. I kind of looked at them and I thought like £4. is perhaps quite expensive for this size of a mug, but the fact that it is such like a nice quality material, and I did love the design, I thought to myself, right, I'll just get one of them. But then I picked this one up and then I thought, oh, but the year of the bat, and this one has bats on, so I ended up just getting both of them because I couldn't decide. And also I love sets, so these do go together. They do both say the trick or the treat. They both say trick or treat in like the same kind of font and writing. It's just this one has it at the top and this one at the bottom. And this one has like a bat scene, so both sides have 4 bats on, although one is covered by the sticker. And again, it has that very same like vintagey but yeah, very detailed look to it. So here are the bats. I like the fact that they're all kind of flying in different ways. So they are, I think actually, what's that bit of red? Oh, bit of hair dye on it, love that. Or is it blood? No, it's hair dye. Like these two are in fact like the same illustration, but the way that they've positioned them doesn't make it look too samey. But as you can see, they kind of go down and like, it's almost like, it's like kind of a diagonal line and then it starts back up again at the top. Again, this one is plain in the inside and it has the same bottom to it. But yeah, I just thought that these were really cute, very simple, very effective, and so perfect for hashtag Year of the Bat. Although exciting / potentially sad news is the fact that our hashtag Year of the Bat pin officially sold out the other day. I couldn't believe it. I would have thought at least we would end up having like a sale of them after Halloween, but they were all gone before October even hit, which is so amazing. And I'm like so glad that you guys were as excited about the kind of design as I was. And definitely we will be making another one next year if you did miss out on it this year, or if you just want to like extend your collection, because I'm really hoping we can make this like a yearly thing. Obviously we had Year of the Ghost and Year of the Bat and then something next year, but as in like make the pins like a yearly collectible thing. I thought that could be quite fun. So yeah, those were 3 things which I got from TK Maxx. The cat I did get from TK Maxx online, and the 2 mugs I actually picked up the time I went in to get the cat and he wasn't there, and I was really sad, so I was like, do you know what, I just buy myself some mugs. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. As always, I will leave everything that you need down in the description below. I hope that you have a spooktacular Halloween. If you do have any questions or comments, please leave them down below if it's sunny where you are. I hope you're enjoying the shade, and I will see you next time. Bye!